Hello, my beloved community. Today, what I'm going to talk about with you is about boosting your immunity. I'm going to tell you a story about a historian that 3 key words drove him to the insane asylum. And I'm going to talk about the plague we're facing today. The plague, is it really about the coronavirus? Or is this plague caused by industry, pharmaceuticals, and thousands, tens of thousands of harmful chemicals that we are exposed to in our environment, and share with you a very important verse that exemplifies what we can do to build our immune system to be the healthiest, most loving, most joyful person that we can be. And you remember, there was a time when I just wanted to die. I wanted to shut my eyes and never wake up again. And I was sick and depressed and hurting physically, emotionally, spiritually, and relationally. So let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Anna Cabeca. I am the girlfriend doctor, and it is absolutely my mission and my passion to help each and every one of you live better lives, no matter what stage of life you're in, but especially in the perimenopause. So welcome to the Girlfriend Doctor podcast. It is an intimate place for intimate, honest conversation, and I am here for you. You can ask me anything. So first, I want to share with you, I woke up thinking about this morning as a obstetrician, a gynecologist, and a avid reader. I remembered loud and clear the story of a Hungarian Hungarian-born physician trained in Austria named Ignaz Philipp Semmelweis. And this is now, my gosh, 200 years, he was born 200 years ago, born in 1818. And when he was 29 years old, he was the chief resident in the labor and delivery in one of the clinics in Vienna, Austria. Now, there was some discrimination against him because he was not Austrian, he was Hungarian, he was Jewish, and he was opinionated. And so he had a rough road. But one thing he was trained in is obstetrics and gynecology as a default residency plan for him. And something that was very disturbing to him, and his heart was touched by, something called puerperal fever or childbed fever, which was the leading cause of maternal mortality. And it ravaged women. What he noticed, however, was that the academic institution with the physicians and the residents had 3 to 10 times greater it had over a 3 times greater incidence of childbed fever and maternal mortality than a second clinic, which was only managed by nurse midwives. So even women knew it, and they said that they would much prefer to be delivered by the midwives. Of course, that hurt my heart as an obstetrician and gynecologist, but what was happening? Why was there 3 times greater? And Dr. Semmelweis was the first to look at this and bring it up. And he made a connection between the physicians, the doctors coming from the autopsy lab to deliver babies. And that transmitted bacteria we now know as strep A, causing sepsis and then maternal mortality and death. They did not know about bacteria at the time. Pasteur came much later. They did not know about antibiotics. And so Ignaz Philipp Semmelweis said 3 words that raised Cain in the entire Austrian medical system that got him ostracized, ridiculed, and basically kicked out. You know what those 3 words were? Wash your hands. That's what he said. Just wash your hands. He noted soap and water was not enough, but using a chlorine substance would work. Again, they didn't realize the small bacteria at that time was causing the infection. And he died a tragic death, abused, alone in an insane asylum. I would have gone crazy too if I knew how to help so many women. When he instituted that just in his rounds and his clinics and with his residents, the death rate improved 3 to 10-fold. And so that was such a significant improvement. He knew he was onto something. And to have everyone else shut their eyes to it, turn a blind eye and say, you are telling me, a superior physician, that my hands are dirty? What are you telling me, right? So where's the dirty medicine coming from? They were insulted. They were ignorant. And it wasn't until many years later, when the work of Louis Pasteur and Dr. Lister, hence Listerine, came to light, and this aseptic technique came in, and the hand washing and the sterilization of everything became really norm and mandatory. And then Ignaz Philippe Semmelweis has since been recognized as the impetus to that discovery. And but what a tragic life. So what are we saying right now as physicians? We're saying wash your hands, right? We're saying more than that. We're saying strengthen your immune system. We're saying the answer is not in a vaccine. We know that. The statistics, the research, y'all, we know that the answer is not in a vaccine. And what is hurting us now? Fear, social isolation, and misinformation, and multiple chemicals and toxins that we're exposed to on a daily basis. So where is this plague coming from? Because we're going to be exposed to virus after virus after virus, right? That's just the course of nature. It hasn't changed for millennia. But what has changed over the last century are hundreds of thousands of toxic chemicals brought into our bodies, and not just our adult bodies, right? Through the umbilical cord blood, there's over 222 known toxic chemicals that our baby gets to grow up in. And then they're exposed to the environment also in an experimental state, because none of these have been tested generationally. Yet we know something like DDT is passed down multiple generations. So where are we? What are our next steps? What are we able to do? Is the plague pharmaceutical companies? Is the plague industry? Is the plague poor leadership? I mean, is the plague whatever? But what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is to be our physician, our healer, to be intuitive and on point in taking care of ourselves. And no one will do it better than you, for yourself and for those you love. And I know I've worked with many of you in my Magic Menopause community and interacted with you as patients and clients. And you are an amazing group of women and men that are leaders. And now we need to, even more than ever, we need to lead. We need to lead with love and kindness and compassion and fortify our system. And in 1 Corinthians, I think it's chapter 16, the verse reads, our body is the temple of our spirit. But actually, if we go back to the origin of the word temple, it's more like a cathedral. Our body is the cathedral of our spirit. Can you just feel that? The ornateness, the intricacies, the attention, the detail, the attention to detail. Let's talk about that, right? Attention to detail in our creation. Our body is just fabulous. Now, how is our foundation right now? What do we need to do to clean up our foundation? In my blog, I've written about how to boost your immune system. How do I avoid getting sick and boost immunity? And so, I've written that blog there. I've also been in Facebook Lives, and I've recently interviewed Dr. Miriam Rahav in New York City and her integrative practice there. She's a MD physician working on the front lines and helping those with coronavirus in a very science-based and integrative approach with amazing success and amazing heart. That is my live number 22, which you can see on YouTube or in my Keto Green community page on Facebook, which if you haven't joined, y'all join that. So we have to fortify, strengthen this cathedral, right? This cathedral that we live in and that we should thrive in. And with that, remove harmful substances first, right? Sometimes it's about saying no versus saying yes. How are we removing harmful substances from our body, from our system, from our environment, from our lives? Now, we've added some chlorine there. Do you know that's going to suck up some iodine? Incorporating iodine-rich foods, that's important. Iodine-rich foods, seaweed, sushi, lots of, you can supplement with small doses of iodine. If you have Hashimoto's, you have to be cautious, but you can still eat some sushi and seaweed to help, because we're going to need iodine to replenish and support our thyroid, because chlorine can really affect us and affect our hormones in that way. So we want to fix that. And detoxification, right? Getting out the junk, no sugars, and that's toxic. That's a plague. Sugar is a plague. Let's call it out for what it is. Processed food with chemicals and other antibiotics and GMOs, right? That's a plague on our system. That is killing us. Who is succumbing? Those of us with weakened immune systems are most at risk. So the question shouldn't be, well, what vaccine do I need so that I can keep living a sick lifestyle? It should be, how can I improve my lifestyle and my nutrition and nourish my body so that I am the strongest freaking body that I can absolutely be. Yes, I said freaking. Oh, wow. I've been in quarantine too, y'all. So we're going to detox and move the chemicals, right? Chapter 6 of my book, The Hormone Fix. And then we're going to get Keto Green really quickly. Keto Green 16 comes out May 5. 16-day plan, super popular, super effective. We've been doing clinical trials on it. We've had amazing results, improvements in hemoglobin A1C, increasing insulin sensitivity, decreasing diabetes, decreasing risks for inflammation and other inflammatory diseases, right? That's a good thing. Better than a vaccine. That's critical. We're going to do that with our Keto Green way of life, not just about what we eat, but how we live. Keto Green 16. We're going to be doing it live together. If you join me in my lives, we're going to keep doing it live together. And you're not alone. You're not alone, right? Creating community. That's the third. What am I at? Detox, get Keto Green, and create community. Love. What did you do yesterday where you felt love and acted lovingly? When did you feel love yesterday? And how did you love yesterday? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself today, how can I be more loving today? And receive love too. I know many people sometimes feel like there's that negative Nelly in our brains and we don't receive love. We don't receive compliments. Receive that. That establishes healthy community, and it is what you are called and designed to do. So receiving and giving love. And number 4, get a good night's sleep. Oh my gosh, your body is so amazing. It is designed to restore itself on its own. Give it a good night's sleep. Take an extra shot of Mighty Maca Plus before you go to bed and let that work, helping your body support its natural inflammatory response. Those 30 superfoods in Mighty Maca Plus, and we're talking about maca to support your adrenals, to help your immune system. Adaptogenic from the highlands of Peru. They took it as part of their regimen too for altitude sickness, right? And then you have the cocoa leaves. We don't have that in Mighty Maca Plus though. All right. But turmeric, quercetin, resveratrol, green tea extract. You're hearing all of that in the news, right? They're all in Mighty Maca. Plus cat's claw herb. Hey, that's in Mighty Maca too, because I learned about it when I was in Peru. And a combination of other really powerful ingredients that are in there to support your body. I mean, everyone should be taking at least 2 scoops a day. The first sign of illness, 4 to 6 scoops, okay? We can do that, and we can do that safely. So make sure you're stocked up. So you're going to get a good night's sleep, wake restored. I'm going to add like 5th one, take your Mighty Maca. So importance to get a good night's sleep. Magnesium, very, very important. It also is important for our immune function. So Better Brain and Sleep Formula, a scoop of magnesium. Melatonin, there's been evidence to say that can improve our immunity. It will help you get a good night's sleep, and that in of itself will improve your immunity. And then additional for sleep, Pure Balance PPR cream can also help for sleep for those of us over 50, both men and women, a little bit for men. All right. Sixth thing you can do is get outside every day. Get outside and take a walk and catch those sunrises and sunsets. Catch those sunrises and sunsets. Dr. Kellyanne in a panel with Dr. David Perlmutter, William Davis, Naomi Whittle, she asked us what our calls to action were. So I gave her audience the challenge of catching the sunrise and catching the sunset. That will reset your circadian rhythm so fast. That is natural, God's natural phototherapy to help support you and trigger those hormones to help us rest, relax, and sleep. So challenge you for 7 days, sunrise, sunset. Join me in Keto Green Community or tag me on my page or in the group and let me know how you're doing, okay? Sunrise, sunset, 7 days challenge. And then supplement-wise, Pure Snooze, vitamin D, right? Well, we talked about Pure Snooze for melatonin at bedtime. Let's get your vitamin D levels up to optimum, 50 to 80. We want them up there. My vitamin D3K2 combination is the best available. It is 10,000 IU, so it's to get you up to appropriate level quickly, and it's a good combination of D3K2, which should always be taken together. And so in my blog, I write about more detail. 2 Brazil nuts a day. Why? Because selenium supports your immune system. Selenium is so powerful, and it has been shown to be an adjuvant therapy for viral and bacterial infections. Pretty good, right? That's huge. That's super important. And we can do it by 2 Brazil nuts a day. I love that. That's easy. And zinc and vitamin C. You've heard me say that. A colloidal silver in your nose. Dr. Rahab said that before she sees her patients. They're putting colloidal silver on their nose, on their eyes. There's you can do eye spray too, but you can just rub around your eyes and into your nose, and adds an extra barrier of protection to viruses and bacteria. And again, that was day 22 of my daily lives in my Facebook and YouTube channel. And so other things you can do to help detoxify, so many things. I talked about going out, walking in nature, challenging, but check, test, don't guess. If stress is getting to you, you're going to be acidic. Check your urine pH, right? Check your urine pH, check your ketones. If there was any time, it is now to get Keto Green, get into ketosis, improve that insulin sensitivity, check your pH, get alkaline. And that is a vital sign. Check your urine pH, get alkaline. Let me help support you. Join me in my lives. Let's continue to create the community. And we are not succumbing to a plague. We are going to flourish with love, some fun, right? And as we fortify our body, you guys have this. You got this. And we're in this together. We're not alone. One of the most damaging things that we know that can affect our immune system is isolation. What conquers that? Oxytocin. All right, my community, sending you love. I am here for you. And I am so happy to be your girlfriend doctor. Bye till next time. Be sure to share this episode and leave your review. I love the testimonials and the hearts I hear all the time. Next right step, get fortified. You got this. You are your own best physician.